Good morning, student. Today I am going to explain the first part of the best Christmas present in the world. Last day we have discussed the summary that the story is in the backdrop of war between Britain and Germany in 1914 during the First World War. Now we have seen that the text speaks about two scenarios. In one scenario, there is the war between Britain and Germany. In an eve of Christmas, instead of fighting, the soldiers of both the country plan to celebrate Christmas. Every soldier is very happy, very contented, and they thought instead of fighting wars, playing games or competing in sports would be the best possible way to decide who wins and who loses. That's the first scenario, and because they had the happiness on the Christmas Eve rather than fighting, it was their best Christmas present. In the second part, there is a lady called Connie, whose husband Jim Macpherson was a soldier in the army, which was fighting a war, and Jim had described that incident in one of the letters. And in the same letter, he promised Connie that he will be back on the Christmas Eve. But as he died, he could not come back. Now, Connie kept on waiting for Jim from that day. And he had kept that letter close to her heart. But one day, her house was burned in a fire and she was shifted to a nursing home. Now, in the particular desk where she kept her husband's letters was luckily found by the narrator. The narrator read the letter and decided to return the letter to the lady. So he started to search for her, and he came to know that she was in a particular nursing home. There he went, he met Connie and gave her the letter. Connie was very, very old now. She is not in a stable state of mind. At that particular moment, when Connie got the letter, she mistook the narrator to be her husband, Jim, and she became extremely happy. There was a glow in her face. Now, that happiness, that glow that Connie experienced was like the best Christmas present in the world for her. So, this was the story. Now, we begin with the reading of the first part of the chapter. The best Christmas present in the world. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport, a roll-top desk. So, what did the narrator spot it in a junk shop in Bridport? Underline, a roll-top desk. The man said it was early 19th century and oak. I had wanted one, but they were far too expensive. This one was in a bad condition, the roll top in several pieces and lay clumsily mended. Underline, clumsily mended. Scorch marks all down one side. Underline, scorch marks. It was going for very little money. I thought I could restore it. It would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom. At the back of the garage, I began work on it on Christmas Eve. So, the story starts with the beginning scene that the narrator, who had wished to buy a Rolex, has gone to an antique shop to buy one for himself. Now he finds a very old desk which can be opened up and down. This type of desk is known as roll top desk. So roll top desk is a kind of desk which can be opened up and down. So he found the desk for less value. There are some scorch marks, meaning there are some burn marks on it. And its one leg is clumsily maintained. Clumsily means awkwardly. And maintained means repaired. So one of its legs was awkwardly repaired. It means that the desk was burned and one leg was broken. So it needed to be repaired. So the narrator thought to take it as it is available in a cheaper price. Rather than if he could repair it, he can use it for himself. So he bought the desk, kept it in a garage and started to work on it. Next, I removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. It looked like water damage to me. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this desk. Underline toll on this desk. The last drawer was stuck fast. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. In the end, I used brute force. Underline brute force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath a secret drawer. There was something in there. So, what happened? Now he started to repair the particular desk. He saw that the entire veneer means sanmaika. It means the layer that is put on the furniture. So what did the narrator do? At first he pulled off it. That means he pulled the veneer, that means the sanmaika, from the roll top box, roll top desk. So he started to work on this. He also observed that a lot of damage was there due to fire and water. Now you have underlined the word taken their toll. It means completely damaged. It seemed that a fire must have occurred in the house, so the desk must have been burnt. And to put off the fire, people must have thrown water on it. So both these things have completely damaged the desk. So it is a challenge for the writer to repair it and to use it. When he started repairing, he dismantled it. He took out its parts and he found there is a particular door that is stuck. Stuck meaning tightly inside it or is not opening easily. So what did the narrator do? He tried to open it, but it could not be opened. So he used a lot of pressure. With a lot of pressure, he pulled it out of the desk. Now inside the drawer, he found something. Let us see what he had found there. There was something in there. I reached in and took out a small black tin box. Sellotaped to the top of it was a piece of lined notepaper and written on it in shaky handwriting. Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. Now underline these words. Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. I knew as I did it that it was wrong of me to open the box, but curiosity got the better of my scruples. It usually does. Now what happened? In the secret drawer, he found a tin box. There is something written on it in shaky handwriting. What was written there? That Jim's last letter received January 25, 1915 to be buried with me when the time comes. Now, after reading these interesting lines, the narrator was in a dilemma. There are two thoughts going in his mind. One was the curiosity to open the letter, and the other is the ethic to not to look at anybody's personal thing. But because of the inscription that he found on top of the box, he was obliged to open it. That means the narrator's curiosity won and he opened the letter. Inside the box, there was an envelope. The address read, Mrs. Jim Macpherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, Dorset. I took out the letter and unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top, December 26, 1914. Underline the date. Now, the narrator got it that it was a letter written by Jim Macpherson to his wife, Connie Macpherson. It has an envelope where he found an address of Connie Macpherson on it. And he started to read the letter. Now, what was written in the letter, we will read the next day. So, in short, let us recap what we have read today. That the narrator went to a junk shop in Bridport looking for a roll-top desk. The junk seller informed him that the desk he picked up was made of oak. The narrator found it cheaper than others he had seen. So, although the desk was not in proper shape, yet he bought it and started working on it. He took out the damaged cover. He observed that a lot of damage is there due to water and fire. He opened the drawers easily, but for the last one, he had to apply a force. He took out a tin box with a note on it with instructions to bury the letter with her. So, out of curiosity, he read the letter that mentioned the address of the Lady Macpherson. It was written in pencil and he read the letter. Now, what he has read, we will read next day. Now the time for your homework. At first, write down the name of the chapter. Then, write down the name of the narrator under it. Then, most importantly, write down the word meanings from your textbook. After doing this, you can write the question answer of your comprehension check that was there under the first part. What did the author find in a junk shop? The author found a 19th century roll-top desk in the junk shop. It was made of oak. It was in a very bad condition. The roll-top was broken into several pieces. One of the legs was clumsily mended, and there were scorch marks down one side. The author bought it in order to restore it. What did he find in a secret drawer? Who do you think had put it there? The author found a small black tin box in the secret drawer. There was a paper sellotaped to its top. It said, Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. Now, these last few words must be within quote, okay, as it is written by Mrs. Jim Macpherson. Then the answer of who do you think had put it in there? The answer will be, I think it was put there by the owner of the roll top desk. So students, you must write it down after writing the word meanings from the text. I repeat, at first you have to write the word meanings from your textbook, then only you can start writing the question answer.